In the shadowy depths of the Sea of Japan, a U.S. Navy submarine silently tracked enemy signals until everything changed. A North Korean SLBM locked onto its last known coordinates, triggering alarms from Seoul to Washington. What followed wasn't a missile strike, but a masterclass in silent warfare. No one saw the counterstrike, no one heard it coming, and yet, within hours, a rogue submarine was forced to the surface, surrounded, exposed, defeated. This is the story of how technology, tactics, and timing outmatched aggression without a single shot being fired. What really happened beneath those waters? Let's dive in. Silent operations begin. The USS Colorado SSN 788, a Virginia-class fast-attack submarine, glides silently beneath the Sea of Japan at a depth of 400 feet. Operating under strict AMCON emissions control, the submarine's mission is clear. Intercept signals, intelligence, SIGINT, from North Korean naval communications. The crew maintains a vigilant watch, with sonar operators reporting minimal surface activity, suggesting a calm environment. This mission falls under the classified PACOM directive, ShadowNet. Maintain silence, eyes and ears open. We're not here to be seen. The submarine's advanced sensors and stealth capabilities make it an ideal platform for such clandestine operations. The crew's discipline ensures that the submarine remains undetected, gathering valuable intelligence without alerting adversaries. Every whisper we catch brings us closer to understanding their moves. As the USS Colorado continues its patrol, the importance of its mission cannot be overstated. In the delicate balance of regional security, information is power, and the Colorado is on the front lines of gathering it. In the silence of the deep, we find the truths that shape the surface. Transitioning from this silent vigil, an unexpected development on the North Korean side sets the stage for a dramatic escalation. North Korean misidentification. North Korean coastal radar systems, operating with outdated technology, misinterpret a sonar echo. The acoustic signature of the USS Colorado is mistakenly identified as preparations for a missile launch. This misreading triggers a rapid escalation in alert status within the Korean People's Navy, the KPN, raising it to DEFCON 2. Unidentified submerged contact detected, possible hostile action. Political pressure from Pyongyang intensifies the situation. Leaders demand immediate action, fearing an imminent threat. A Romeo-class submarine, patrolling 90 nautical miles offshore, receives orders to engage. Command authorizes immediate response. Engage the target. The Romeo-class submarine, though based on an older Soviet design, has been retrofitted to carry the KN-11 submarine-launched ballistic missile, SLBM. The crew prepares for a launch, believing they are preempting an attack. Missile systems online, target coordinates locked. This chain of misinterpretations and rapid decisions sets the region on a path toward potential conflict, all stemming from a single misread sonar echo. Launch authorized. Godspeed. As the missile leaves its silo, the dynamics of the situation change dramatically, drawing international attention and concern. Missile launch initiated. The KN-11 SLBM is cold-launched from the Romeo-class submarine's vertical tube, breaking the ocean's surface with a burst of steam and fire. U.S. Defense Support Program, DSP satellites detect the launch within seconds, triggering immediate alerts across multiple command centers. Missile launch detected. Origin, Sea of Japan, trajectory, unknown. The missile's flight path is set toward the last known coordinates of the USS Colorado. As it streaks over the Sea of Japan, Japanese radar systems are activated, and both South Korean and Japanese command centers go to high alert. All units, prepare for possible impact. Initiate defensive protocols. The situation escalates rapidly, with regional powers bracing for potential conflict. The unexpected missile launch has transformed a silent operation into a high-stakes international incident. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. In the wake of the missile launch, the USS Colorado must execute emergency maneuvers to evade potential detection and ensure the safety of its crew. Emergency maneuvers. Alarms buzz softly within the control room of the USS Colorado as the ESM suite picks up a radar lock-on sequence. A ballistic missile is on its way, possibly homing in on the submarine's last known position. Inside the dimly lit command center, orders are delivered with practiced calm. The executive officer doesn't hesitate. He commands deployment of 2 AN/Cell Q-25 Nixie decoys. These torpedo countermeasure towed bodies are designed to mimic the submarine's acoustic signature, buying precious seconds. Deploy the Nixies now. Dive to thermocline, let's vanish. The captain takes over, ordering an emergency dive. The hull creaks under the strain as Colorado descends, slipping into a thermocline layer, a natural boundary in the ocean where water temperature shifts sharply. This layer acts like a sound curtain, making sonar detection incredibly difficult. The lights dim further, the crew falls absolutely silent. Every foot deeper adds a layer of protection. No noise, no movement. We disappear, now. The missile thunders overhead, unseen beneath the waves. The sonar team tracks the splashdown. It hits water nearby, sending a surge of turbulence through the depths. But no detonation, no impact. The crew remains motionless, bracing for the worst that never comes. Relief doesn't register. There's no time for it yet. They continue under total silent running. Splash confirmed, no contact, maintain depth. We wait. Colorado holds position in stealth, like a shadow in the ocean's quiet heart. The crew now knows they're part of something bigger. This was no ordinary patrol. The attack wasn't just miscalculated. It was dangerous, reckless, and potentially catastrophic. As the water's still around them, one thing becomes clear. They can't surface yet. The world above may be calm for a second, but beneath that stillness, every side is recalibrating. Just as Colorado disappears into the deep, both American and North Korean commands are thrown into confusion, and with it, a new phase of tension begins to unfold. Initial confusion on both sides. As news of the missile launch filters in, North Korean state media is quick to seize the moment. Pyongyang declares it has repelled an American underwater threat. The announcement is triumphant, claiming a successful show of deterrence. But inside KPN headquarters, the story isn't so clear. Officers scramble for data, no confirmed hits, no sonar kill, and no evidence of enemy damage. Where is the wreckage? Where's the proof of engagement? Back in Hawaii, INDOPACOM, U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, watches the same data roll in, but they don't respond immediately. There's too much at stake. The submarine's silence means it's alive and working. Analysts rush to decrypt intercepted communications and assess the missile's true target. No one wants to act without clarity. A media blackout is issued. Civilian traffic in the Sea of Japan is rerouted without explanation. Hold all public statements. No panic. We need intel first. Meanwhile, intelligence intercepts from within North Korea paint a chaotic picture. Internal communications reveal confusion and miscommunication among commanders. It's unclear if the missile launch was fully authorized. Was this a preemptive strike or a rogue move by a lower-level officer seeking favor? Intercept logs show post-launch confusion. Something's not right. Confusion gives way to movement. While leaders debate, the military machine moves forward. Forces shift, assets deploy. The Sea of Japan, just hours ago a calm grid of routine patrols, is about to turn into a combat-ready zone. Fleet mobilization. In response to the missile threat, the U.S. Navy swings into action. Tasked by Pacific Command, the USS Ronald Reagan Carrier Strike Group alters course toward the Sea of Japan. Orders are crisp. Timelines are immediate. Within hours, jets are refueled, ships turned, and new patrol coordinates are fed into command networks. Strike Group Reagan en route. Full intercept protocols activated. From Misawa Air Base in Japan, P-8A Poseidon aircraft roar into the sky, packed with anti-submarine warfare, ASW gear. Their mission, track anything moving below. Armed with sonobuoys and MADI, magnetic anomaly detection systems, they begin grid pattern sweeps across potential sub-escape routes. High altitude gives way to low passes as sensors scour the sea for Romeo-class acoustic signatures. All sectors sweep, priority on splashdown vector. Alongside the aerial hunt, surface ships converge. The USS Pinckney, DDG-91, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, and USS Shiloh, a Ticonderoga-class cruiser, form a containment arc near the suspected missile launch zone. Their radar systems overlap to close gaps. Launch tubes stay hot, ready for defensive action. We form the net, they don't get out. Back-channel diplomacy flares. China issues a stark warning. Avoid escalation near its borders. The US acknowledges but continues the mobilization. Japan and South Korea activate emergency defense plans with air and naval units on standby. The theater tightens. The hunt begins. What started with a misread sonar echo has now pulled a fleet into motion. The waters are no longer quiet. Beneath the surface, the chase begins in earnest, with American and Allied forces ready to strike. The target is silent, but the net is closing. Submarine hunt begins. As sonar echoes ripple through the water, the U.S. fleet executes a coordinated pursuit. The P-8 Poseidons, now airborne in rotating shifts, begin analyzing sound signatures bouncing back from sonobuoys deployed across a 300-mile grid. The data points to a possible Romeo-class sub, a distinct lower-frequency engine thrum that stands out against the background hum of commercial traffic and deep-sea currents. This one's different. Narrowband match, old diesel electric, could be our guy. The Romeo tries to retreat, slipping deeper into the shadow of an undersea ridge. But the flanking maneuvers of USS Greenville and USS Mississippi, two Los Angeles-class fast attack subs, tighten the space. Greenville approaches from the west. Mississippi circles wide from the east. Both run silent, their towed arrays listening for any hint of movement. They don't need to engage, only trap. Hold your lane, drive him into the bottleneck. Above, helicopters from the Ronald Reagan begin deploying depth charges. Short bursts, not to destroy, but to warn. They don't want a kill shot yet. This is psychological warfare now. Show the enemy that they're surrounded, outmatched, and out of time. The sound bursts hammer the water, echoing through the hull of the Romeo. They're signaling, loud and clear, we have you. The Romeo's crew becomes visibly tense. Inside the North Korean vessel, oxygen levels drop and fuel consumption rises. They dive deeper, but options are limited. No escape route remains undetected. The crew of the Colorado, still tracking from afar, feeds data to the hunt. The circle closes. With the Romeo sub cornered and low on critical resources, the moment for final action nears. The U.S. decides it's time to bring in the one element that can end the chase without a shot. A classified asset with a silent bite. Covert tech deployed. Back aboard the USS Colorado, the crew activates a weapon so secret only a handful know it exists. From a sealed launch bay, a black, silent craft slips into the water. Kraken, a DARPA-developed underwater drone equipped for deep-sea tracking, electronic jamming, and stealth monitoring. It doesn't need sonar. It follows magnetic trails, temperature wakes, and sound shadows. Kraken deployed, target acquisition in progress. The drone stalks the Romeo like a predator. It sends back encrypted telemetry to the Colorado in real time. As it draws near, Kraken pulses a sonar disruptor, a sonic burst tuned to confuse older Soviet-style acoustic sensors. Inside the Romeo, displays flicker and stabilize, then flicker again. Crew scramble to recalibrate, but can't lock a course. Orientation is lost. What the hell was that? Reboot targeting system? Now! Kraken doesn't strike. It simulates presence, multiple false echoes, making the Romeo's sonar believe it's being flanked by more than one sub. This deception, combined with the signals from above, breaks morale. The psychological pressure becomes unbearable. The Romeo knows it's not alone, and it's not winning. We're boxed in. This isn't random. They planned this. The trap is complete. Kraken transmits final telemetry. The Romeo is circling, slowing. Fuel levels redlined. Battery temperature spiking. No way to reach port. No way to escape. Time to surface. The final push has worked. With no shots fired, the old war machine of the North is about to breach daylight for the first time in hours. The world above is already watching. Forced to surface. 40 miles east of the Tsushima Strait, the water breaks open as a steel conning tower rises from the waves. The Romeo-class submarine, battered and cornered, has surfaced. It's not a gesture of diplomacy, it's survival. Within minutes, radar locks paint its hull from every direction. US and Japanese destroyers form a visible perimeter. North Korean subs surfaced, visual contact established, no aggressive posturing. Loudspeakers boom across the waves in Korean, English, and Japanese. Cut all systems. Exit vessel unarmed. You are surrounded. On the deck, hatches open. One by one, crew members climb out, hands raised. Cameras from overhead drones capture the moment. It's over. Crew is complying, no resistance. Confirm all exits. Japanese special boarding units arrive first, securing the deck and entering the conning tower. Inside, they find the subsystems shut down. Logs, guidance modules, and encrypted drives are secured. Outside, media outlets prepare sanitized footage for allies. One snapshot to send a strategic message. No casualties, submarine under control, operation successful. This moment is more than a tactical win. It's symbolic. A hostile asset forced to surface, its crew surrendering to an invisible force. No torpedoes, no explosions, just planning, pressure, and presence. And behind it all, the USS Colorado vanishes back into the deep. With the sub secured and regional allies on high alert, the operation shifts toward containment and analysis. What they find inside that vessel may reveal more than just enemy plans. It could uncover the spark behind a near war. International fallout. Within hours of the Romeo-class sub's capture, global media outlets catch wind of the story. The US releases a single photo, the surfaced North Korean sub, flanked by American and Japanese warships, its crew standing on deck with hands raised. The image is broadcast without commentary. The message is clear: power was exercised, not flaunted. No further details at this time. The situation is under control. The US State Department crafts its language carefully. The official statement is short: measured deterrence in response to potential aggression. No accusations, no escalation, just facts and control. But behind the scenes, diplomatic channels burn with activity. The United Nations Security Council calls an emergency session. Russia abstains from any formal stance. China urges calm but warns against further American provocations. We advise restraint from all sides. The situation is volatile. Japan, having watched a missile streak toward its territory, demands immediate maritime boundary reviews. Defense meetings intensify in Tokyo. In Seoul, South Korea's F-15K fighter squadrons are placed on 24-hour alert, air bases running at full readiness. Every regional power shifts into a defensive crouch. This wasn't just about one sub. This was a message. The People's Liberation Army Navy moves cautiously. While official statements deny involvement, Chinese maritime militia vessels suddenly appear near the East China Sea. They trail Japanese patrols, shadow American destroyers. It's a warning not to intervene, but to observe closely. Tension is no longer confined to sonar and radar. The sub's surfacing may have ended the immediate threat, but it sparked a geopolitical chain reaction. The next move won't be on the water. It will be inside secured intelligence vaults. Intelligence windfall. Aboard the USS Shiloh, the boarding team begins cataloging everything from the North Korean submarine. Physical logs, encrypted comms, guidance modules from the KN-11 missile, all secured. These are packed and flown to a secure NSA site for immediate analysis. What they uncover shakes assumptions at the highest level. Sir, this launch wasn't state-planned. It looks unsanctioned. Digital records reveal irregular command protocols. No matching authorization chain. Intercepts indicate the missile launch may have come from a rogue KPN element. Maybe a field commander trying to provoke a response. Or worse, someone trying to sabotage ongoing peace dialogues behind the scenes. It was a gamble, a false flag, or a power grab. One missile component draws special attention: a GPS correction chip traced back to Iranian black market networks. The part wasn't made in North Korea, and it wasn't supposed to be in that missile. It proves outside actors are helping North Korea upgrade their SLBM systems covertly. The scope just expanded. This isn't just regional now. This has global fingerprints. NSA begins deep decryption of the captured comm logs. As layers unravel, more irregularities emerge. Hints of miscommunication, manipulated threat reports, and unexplained data packet alterations from a land-based relay station near Suncheon. A possible cyber element. Someone may have wanted this escalation to happen. The picture grows darker. This wasn't just about a submarine on patrol. This was about control of weapons, of information, and maybe of a regime being played from within. The U.S. prepares its next move, quietly but decisively. U.S. strategic repositioning. Following the incident, Task Force 70 undergoes a quiet transformation. Colorado receives commendation and redeployment orders. Her mission now moves to surveillance ops west of Okinawa. Carrier strike groups, once arrayed along the Sea of Japan, shift positions. They form a wider arc covering the Yellow Sea and Taiwan Strait, creating layered coverage without making noise. No grand statements, just presence. That's the point. U.S. bases in Guam and Okinawa raise alert status to Bravo. Fuel and munitions deliveries increase. Air traffic adjusts, routing long-range ISR aircraft toward new patrol lanes. Submarines rotate on patrol cycles with overlapping coverage. Every movement calibrated to avoid provocation, but signal readiness. Strategic visibility. If they're watching, they'll see it. The U.S. Navy partners with ROK Navy and Japan's Maritime Self-Defense Force to begin immediate ASW training. Real-time footage from the Romeo hunt is shared as training material. New drills simulate similar missile threat scenarios. Joint commands train for electronic warfare interception and fast-track signal anomaly identification. Next time, we want to catch the signal before the launch. Meanwhile, U.S. Cyber Command launches classified war games. Using data pulled from the intercepted comms, they simulate intrusion scenarios, testing reaction protocols. Everything from North Korean command spoofing to external satellite interference is modeled. The results feed directly into Pacific Command's next set of contingency plans. The reshuffle isn't for show, it's preparation for next time. Because after what just happened, it's clear this wasn't a one-off. Someone is testing thresholds, and now the U.S. is writing new lines in the sand. The message delivered. Only one image is released to the public. The North Korean sub, surfaced, surrounded, surrendered. The sea around it calm. No explosions, no gunfire, no destruction, just quiet dominance. It says everything the U.S. needs it to say without a single extra word. Presence alone changed the equation. As the world digests the moment, USS Colorado slips back beneath the waves. No fanfare, no press release. Its mission has been updated. New coordinates, new objectives, same silence. The next operation is already underway, and no one outside a sealed control room knows where. We don't brag, we reset the balance and move on. Inside North Korea, the fallout is immediate but silent. Naval Command reshuffles behind closed doors. The Romeo's crew vanishes into internal systems. No public explanation, no trials, just erasure. The regime cannot admit what happened without acknowledging failure. For them, silence is survival. Tensions remain. The Sea of Japan is still a chessboard. But for now, pieces have shifted, and the board holds. Deterrence has done its job, not with a fight, but with finesse. And somewhere deep below, Colorado listens for the next echo. What started as a routine patrol turned into a high-stakes standoff that nearly triggered global fallout. But instead of chaos, the U.S. answered the threat with control, precision, and quiet power. No explosions, no headlines, just results. As the USS Colorado slipped back into the deep, the world took note. This was deterrence done right. In the silent chessboard beneath the waves, one side moved with clarity, and the other folded under pressure. The sea is calm again, for now. But the next move in this underwater war of shadows, that could change everything. Stay tuned. The deep is never really quiet.